Here's Greg Joseph now to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. The kick by Joseph is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. Well, they had the solid field position there to start the opening drive and didn't have to really move it too far to be in range and take the 3-0 lead.
And a lot of times I think that even I look at this a little bit negatively because of where they started with the field position. Hey, they still got 3 points out of this drive. Got a little momentum going. Got things set up for the rest of the ball game. Take the 3, be happy, and move on.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Leading the Jets up now for a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Play action. It's Wilson. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. He gets it underneath to Hall. Finding space at the 40. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a 1st? The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Wilson will throw again. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage here on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Well, pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And it will be Vikings ball 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this group, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. To about the 40-yard line. This defense for the Jets, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And I think our statistician ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
This is Smith to the ground. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved.
Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to extend their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now Wilson. Zadarius Smith. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again 3rd and long now. Now it's Wilson. Completes it to Davis. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. A nice little juke. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Blue is striking. Check right.
Mon looks to throw. And this one is incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And they'll try a jet sweep. It's Rager. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Here's Mon. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Jets are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Nice play to stop him for a loss by a Caleb Evans.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Now Wilson. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big third down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. They get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker. So following the holding call, what can they do here on third and long? Wilson. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. They give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay,
you're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On first down, right back to Hall. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On second down, a run with Hall. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now it's Wilson. Open man is Uzama. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yards to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Gets it out quickly here to the left flank. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive? They only needed that 1 yard going for it on 4th. I got to be honest, I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the 1st down, but they decided to keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
Yeah, the decision paid off indeed. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the 1st down sack. Wilson, and pressure coming, and they got him once again. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this 1st half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. So what a turnaround there. A roughing call on the field goal try leads to 1st and goal. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Seen. The 40. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Joseph now to have the PAT. And the lead is now 24. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wilson. Under pressure, they got him again. Osezi Atomewo in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Throwing on 3rd and long. Wilson. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense. Blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed. Unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I think someone's going to get in the QB1 here when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted, like you said, to pick on the opening drive. Second drive, not much better. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. Berrios now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Second and 10. It's Wilson again. He's going to look deep for more. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. Elijah Moore, 68 yards. And the Jets are able to cut into that deficit. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead now down to 20.
Jets 7. Brings their line to kick off for the Jets.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get out with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, they didn't slow it down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Throwing is Wilson. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. There's Wilson to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Fourth down. Here's Wilson. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Hall. Big Dwayne Brown, the tackle, guilty there. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. To throw is Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson.
Complete to Garrett Wilson.
To throw again is Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score touchdowns.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. And his pass, incomplete.
These are the situations that really test the defense, those sudden changes. They're already inside field goal range to start the possession. Their goal now, keep it to a long kick, if indeed they end up trying one.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Here we go.
Mon going to throw it. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings just continue to roll. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now
Here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Wilson. His throw incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10.
Here's Wilson. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now it's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wilson. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The Jets on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Now Wilson.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Andrew Booth picks it off. With this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
On 1st and 10, here's Mon.
To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now Mon.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to.
And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great effort there. With his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Vikings look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Berrios now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. Finding space at the 40. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. That all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Corey Davis, 54 yards. And the Jets get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Zerline good with a PAT as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last two drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
On second down, it's Cook again. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's a gain of 4, and it gives them the first. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Bond now off of play action.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And some space here. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. What a great drive that was. A long drive, sustained, well executed.
I love what we're seeing out of him here in year 2, right? This young quarterback continues to evolve and grow. He's really the adage right now that John Wooden, a famous basketball coach, used to say. Be quick, but don't hurry. You can see that everything is happening for him, but he's not taking it at a pace that he can't sustain.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Andrew Booth puts it on. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, and they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, it hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. On 2nd down, Cook. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Early down steps to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Come on, set. 1, 10. Hey, red. Steel, black.
Mon looks to throw.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL. It's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they'll pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clipped him off in your head.
Now a hit and a loose football. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Wait.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
At this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. He wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's got to reincarnate it right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, They've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.